Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because this is episode 6 of Eating My Way to Obesity as an anorexic, former raw vegan. As you guys unequivocally know, I'm now a raw fruitarian, so I only eat raw fruits and vegetables. Why don't I utilize the microwave? Why do I desist and abstain and refrain from utilizing the microwave? Allow me to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Unfortunately, to my dismay, the microwave kills the enzymes on the fruits and vegetables. Therefore, in order to keep the enzymes intact, in order to maintain the nutritional integrity of the fruits and vegetables, I refrain from utilizing the microwave. I don't thaw anything out with technology. I utilize water to thaw out my frozen food. Now, as you guys unequivocally know, this bowl just contains a cornucopia of fruits and vegetables. I made one very minute, marginal, negligible modification since my previous 2 meals. I omitted the cherries from the meal, and I'm replacing them with 2 peppers. Now, the peppers are relegated to the refrigerator. They're partially tainted. I typically have one. Oh, I said pepper. I meant to say pear. Sorry about the faux pas. Sorry about the blunder. Yeah, I typically have 1 pear per meal, but I'm now going to have 2 pears for this particular meal, just because 2 of them are on the verge of spoilage. They're partially tainted, so 2 of them essentially is equivalent to 1, because I'm going to have to cleave out the spoiled parts. So this is my meal that I'm eating. It is homogeneous to my previous meal. This meal is fraught with pesticides, insecticides, and other noxious ingredients. Everything I get is non-organic, so it's unequivocally tainted, to say the least. It's repugnant that they use so many pesticides when cultivating fruits and vegetables, but it is what it is. Fruits and vegetables have natural defenses to stave off insects, so I think that those should be utilized over synthetic, man-made, artificial poisons to ward off bugs. So, as you guys know, we have hearts of palm, radishes, tomatoes, a peach, zucchini, yellow squash, okra, cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, and then of course I have a plethora of avocados, which I get later. They're in the refrigerator in order to prolong their shelf life. I also have coconut shreds, which I eat in tandem with avocados. I wanted to get into my current situation at hand. So, what is it, you may ask? Well, I'm just adding this in as a bonus, just to appease you guys, just to bedazzle you guys, just to keep you guys entertained and enthralled. So, as you guys most likely know, I talk about this in my live streams. YouTube restricted my ability to pay for items which I bought. I recently bought a Marvel Legends lot. It consisted of the variant of Spider-Woman, who is the second Spider-Woman, and she's a part of Marvel Legends Series 14. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, type in Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 14. I believe it's a Mojo wave. It may be the MODOK wave, but I think the MODOK wave is Series 13. Anywho, it was comprised of 5 figures, and right after I won the lot, I messaged the seller to send me an invoice. I was going to pay the invoice right away. He never got around to it, and then shortly thereafter, YouTube delisted the item I won, and then they precluded me, they prevented me, they restricted me from being able to pay for it. So I'm contacting the seller. I've contacted him twice. I won't contact him a 3rd time unless he responds to my previous 2 messages, and I'm seeing if he can relist the item, and I'll just check out right away, even if I'm not sent an invoice. But I typically prefer to be sent an invoice, because I detest and disdain overpaying for shipping, so I try to avert that calamity when possible. In terms of jobs, I reschedule my interviews. Seems as though I'll have some interviews lined up for next week. I earnestly hope that I could attain a professorship. I hope that I can get one remotely. The professorships that I applied for in the past were in the state that I was residing at, and they take months to respond, so they finally responded to my application, And even if I'm offered a position at that particular university in a state that I used to reside in, I won't be able to fulfill that role because I'm not going to move to another state to undergo a job. I can't afford to undertake a job in a disparate state, so I'm here in the basement and I'm about to eat. I'm going to indulge myself and partake in eating. So let's get in those calories. Let's eat those phytonutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, flavonoids, antioxidants, and salubrious compounds that optimize your health. So here we go. I'm nearly out of memory. My memory's almost depleted. I have my secondary hard drive on standby, but I want to upload some more videos archived on this hard drive before I move on to plugging in and replacing my current hard drive. So my current hard drive is about to be displaced with another external. Now the new hard drive I got is a 6 terabyte used Samsung hard drive. It's the D3 station, I believe. We have a piece of cauliflower. It seems to be unscathed. It seems to be in practically pristine condition. We're going to shove it down my vessel. My marionette is going to chew the cauliflower. I'm just consciousness. I'm presently vicariously experiencing this simulation through my vessel or through my marionette or through my puppet that I currently have jurisdiction over. My marionette is the only object that I can control in this simulation. Everything else is either controlled by other forms of consciousness or is deemed an inanimate object. My real form is immortal. This form is finite. The body withers away, but I try to prolong the lifespan of my vessel to the utmost best of my ability by only eating raw fruits and vegetables and by fasting to rejuvenate my DNA. Autophagy is always great, and the elimination of senescent cells and cancer cells is always welcomed. So here's another piece of cauliflower, getting it in. We have almost 0 calories here. Everything in this bowl is characterized by high levels of alkalinity. So even if something such as a peach appears to have a pH level of 3.6 through 5 or somewhere within that range, or 4 through 5, at least an alkaline residue when digested in the body. So just understand that when you eat a grapefruit or an orange, they're truly not acidic because after they're digested, they leave an alkaline residue. Apparently blueberries are deemed slightly acidic. And since their residue is not alkaline, since it's below 7, is considered non-alkaline and slightly acidic, but that's okay. They're chock full of phytonutrients and antioxidants. The stomach needs to be acidic. The stomach is loaded with hydrochloric acid. You don't want your stomach to be a repository for indigestible crap. Fiber, by the way, is indigestible carbohydrates. But yeah, when your stomach is highly acidic due to having the right balance of hydrochloric acid, or I should say the right amount of hydrochloric acid, it renders your body much healthier. When your stomach acid is neutralized, it can be deadly. You don't want your stomach to store rubbish and waste. You want to be able to expunge that and discharge that and excrete that rubbish from your vessel. The rest of the body should be non-acidic. This piece of cauliflower needs to thaw out a bit more. What else? So, in terms of the job interviews, I'm going to negotiate for the utmost highest pay that I can start out as, or that I can start out with. That sounded a bit better. Sorry about the faux pas. So I'm going to negotiate for the highest possible salary that I can start out with, and I don't know if I can handle a 9-to-5 job, because at this rate, based on the way how I eat, with all these fruits and vegetables, I was eating 15 to 25 servings of vegetables per meal, and was eating 40 whole fruits per meal, and was Fletcherizing every fruit and vegetable so that I minimize digestive stress. It takes 8 to 12 hours per meal, so that's going to encroach my ability to work a 9-to-5 job. So I really need to work remotely, and I don't know if I can sustain my weight and maintain a healthy weight if I'm working a 9-to-5 job. I most likely can't, but if it's part-time I may be able to, who knows. When I'm an unhealthy weight, and after I fasted for 4 days in a row, I feel lethargic, frazzled, fatigued, debilitated, and impaired. So I really need to ramp up my weight. It's incumbent and salient, and it should take precedence over everything else in my life. I need to be reinvigorated. I need my energy to be rekindled in order to thrive, prosper, and flourish. If I'm emaciated, if I'm gaunt, if I'm anorexic, if I continue to wither away, then it's going to lead to my impending doom, and I may be evicted from this simulation. To participate in this simulation, my vessel must stay afloat. I'm buying non-organic produce from Walmart, eating practically every day, just fruits and vegetables. Would easily cost me over $1,000. And that's another reason why I've been eating 2 days a week. The price of food at Walmart is exorbitant. So I'm going to continue eating on the live stream, but this episode is about to end. I've ate a bit on camera. I'll eat the rest on the live stream, and hopefully I can become obese so that I can have a bit of a reserve. If I'm not obese, if I continue to remain anorexic, then my body could be on the cusp, it could be on the precipice of death. So in order to safeguard my vessel, in order to protect my vessel, I need to make inroads towards obesity. Will I become morbidly obese? I would have to eat more than 12 hours a day to reach that pinnacle. But even if I do, it would be very difficult, because every time I eat, I immediately discharge my waste. My colon is clean, and these foods are all chock full of fiber. My diet consists of 87% fat. Nothing I eat is carbohydrate dense. Nothing I eat binds me. I'm never ever constipated. And it's a nightmare to have to go to the bathroom anywhere from 10 to 25 times per meal, but it's part of the eating experience, I should say, or the aftermath, or actually or as part of the repercussions appertaining to eating. So I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.